Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Shield and Friendship Cup uh, pregame press conference. We have the coach of Devonshire Colts immediately to the right, Ray Jones. We have Trayshawn Smith from Flanagan's Onions. They will be battling out in the Shield final at the Summers Cricket Club beginning at 12 noon tomorrow. And of course, on the left side of the screen, we have Vance Brown, who is the head coach of the Devonshire Cougars. Unfortunately, we are yet to be joined by anyone from Southampton Rangers, who will do battle with Devonshire Cougars at 2:30 at Summers Cricket Club on New Year's Day. Well, first of all, we'll start with the two Shield finalists. Ray, no stranger to a final for Devonshire Colts. It's been a rocky road over the last few years, rebuilding with a lot of youngsters, having them going away to school, having to look to rebuild again. But what position do you find Devonshire Colts in going into this final come tomorrow?
I would say we're in a good space. It's been a busy, I would say, festive season for us. Participating in two tournaments, PDL festive and Shield. Coming up last night, we have one person that potentially has a championship. We're in a good space.
And Trayshawn, you guys have basically picked up a lot of players or some quality players. I say that and you have a smile on your face during the last transfer break, but how does that set you guys up for a final? I mean, you haven't been in a final for quite some time, but you guys have hung in there.
It puts us in a very good place because the players that we picked up definitely benefit us in the long run, not just in the final, but the season as well.
Yeah, you two teams will be battling it out also after tomorrow's final for a spot in the Premiership because everybody's pitting you guys as well as St George's as the teams to be battling to go up. How much does tomorrow's match put an emphasis on what you want to do for the second half of the season because it's vital if you guys want to get promoted as well?
It's just another chance to take more notes on feel good players. Ray's, he's a crafty guy. He knows a thing or two about, the players that we have and everything or two about the players that they have. So, yeah, I think it'll be good.
Ray, obviously you know quite a few of these Flanagan's players because they've also worn the orange of Devonshire Colts.
Let's be quite real. It's a Colts final. Basically, players that have, I would say, have went on a learning period, extended learning period, that you can tell they love orange. So it should be an interesting battle. The Colts always a Colts, so I put it on as a Colts final tomorrow with some of the players that they have picked up that can strengthen them. I think tomorrow isn't necessarily going to be the marker for the second half of the season, as we will have a few overseas players lineup tomorrow that won't feature too much in the second half of the season. I just think tomorrow it's a special day. It's the start of the year, and the two teams will be put on a good show for the people to come on.
When you guys look at the teams the way they're set up now, Trayshawn, you've got quite a bit of, I would say, senior players or seasoned players. Where Ray, you've got a bunch of young guys who are hungry. How does one master the other? How does one take care of the other when it comes to looking to ensure that your creativity of your seasoned players takes care of the youngsters, and the youngsters kind of outpace the seasoned players?
Well, I would say that the seasoned players are just as hungry as the younger players, in my eyes.
Yeah, well, for our younger team, as this is the next generation, the challenge that we put to them can they be magically a scholarship with success back to the club? As none of these guys have won a senior trophy. They have won pretty much everything in youth football. To the challenge we they to acknowledge youth football is pretty good for them. Can they now take that to the senior level? So that's the basic challenge we put out to them. Even though they're young, they're actually participating in men's football. Can this be the start of them to create their legacy in the organization?
And let's switch a bit to Mr. Braun, who's been sitting there quietly. First of all, congratulations on making it to the friendship final, Mr. Braun. Daventshire Cougars, it's been a club that's been in your heart for quite a long time. You've been a humble servant to the club at various levels, administration, as well as when the girls were playing, you were coaching as well. But how special is this one to be in a final New Year's Day in Green and Gold?
Thank you first for congratulations. It feels good. The guys at the beginning of the season, we talked about working hard and winning the next match. Not necessarily setting up goals to say we're going to win this. So we just have to keep that momentum going and really trying to win the next match. And then, it will bring pride back to the community. That feel-good factor when you're with the winner. And hopefully it'll be the catalyst to start the second half of the season.
Many before Boxing Day would have said it would have been a Cougars Robin Hood final. But Southampton Rangers basically showed up and played and won the game. So now you take on a team that's hungry, kind of thing. They've had their ups and downs throughout the season. You guys have had your ups and downs. But what threat does the Southampton Rangers pose to you in trying to win this trophy?
Well, they have some quality players. They have some national team players that on any day can show up and be a threat to any team, which we saw in the semi-final. So we're quietly going about getting ready to nullify any threat that they have.
When you look at what you've been able to accomplish thus far this season, how would you rate how would you grade your season thus far at this time?
Thus far, let's say out of 10, I would say we're at 6, like maybe average, just above average. It's still a young team as well. We have some veterans in there, but we're relying a lot on our young players as well. So we're just hoping that they can see the benefit of working hard and winning the trophy.
You picked up a surprise gem at the beginning of the season who's come good for you week in, week out. Not scoring every week, but basically doing the business for you up front. Do you rely on your striker that much more now that he's got the confidence that he can actually score goals?
Oh yeah, it sort of goes both ways. In the beginning, I wasn't really putting the pressure on him to score, to carry the team. I was using other players, but now it's showing that he has the ability, so he gets the pressure as well now. He must score. If he doesn't score, we don't win.
Right. Let's talk a bit about the semi-final games, the two Shield finalists. First, Treshawn, we'll talk about you guys playing Vasco. You're in a battle. It's 1-1. Ball goes out. You guys react quick, and you're up 2-1 midway through the second half. How much of the game do you then start to try and control? Because I could hear you guys saying, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. But you also needed that reassurance skill because at any time, a team could be right back in it with a goal. So take us through your semifinal.
Basically, after the second goal that we scored after front let's not get complacent. Let's keep our composure. Let's play the ball around. Keep it simple, and just lock at it. We got another goal, and that pushed us straight into the corner.
Right. Ray, you played on a spacious field, Wellington Oval. St. David's were gutsy at the beginning. Was it a day of just being patient?
Yeah, I wouldn't say we were at our best today. I think part of it was a bit of, when you have a young team, is making sure that you're right in that space. And one of our CPAs having 3 or 4 kids in the team that I actually met.
Mhm.
2 of them are invited to get the national team. So try to tell them, the kids, they can actually play.
Right.
And I think that's what you saw at the start.
Mhm.
Really fresh, real 2 chances in the match.
Right.
Thanks to our goalkeeper, making 2 excellent saves.
Yes.
That was in the match, and it seemed like at that point, the switchman, I would say we got gradually better in the first half. Then we got a penalty to make it 1-0 into the half, and basically the halftime talk was just speaking to the pace of the game, the amount of passes we can complete, and the after match, I would say like the first 15, 20 minutes we really upped the tempo.
Mhm.
And got the second goal pretty much within 10 minutes of the second half.
Right.
Just basically upping the tempo a bit, and trying to create, we can get into rhythms of more 5-pass sequence, and we become quite better. That's pretty much what you saw. And then in the second half, we just basically controlled the match, well, 2-0. Don't do anything, just finish the job. Or towards the end, it was Davis got tired and had to be great, but another 2 chances. Put it in a bit flat for the score. See it in 2 weeks. So all in all, cup match, you win it, you make the final, you just get back to the drawing board, work on the games that you do.
You had an injury scare in the first, I guess, 5, 6 minutes of the match where you had to replace your goalkeeper. How was he?
It's fun.
Uh,
We played a PDL match last night. We put it in good.
okay, he kind of used his hands and not his head.
Basically trying to keep people out of the field.
But he took one for the team.
Yeah, before he field, he was goalkeeper coaching now, he was tactic. My basic thing is keep the ball out of the net and I'm at.
Right. Trayshawn, you guys have in your team a lot of guys who have played for quite some time. They played for a number of teams. How is that gelling? Because when you have guys coming from different backgrounds, different teams, mind you, a lot of you started at Colts, but are going other places, and now you're as a unit. How is that working for you?
Well, at the start, it was a bit slow because you're trying to learn everybody's weaknesses, everybody's what their strengths are. But over the season, well, yeah, pretty good. I would say that probably I wouldn't call it brethren ball, but that's the saying that everybody's calling. You just know you just feed off each other. It's pretty good.
Everybody healthy for tomorrow?
Oh yeah, of course. A couple of us, like you said, were ill. It takes a bit more than you want now.
Oh, okay, all right. Especially after a rough night, which could possibly be tonight.
No, we got the talk to everybody because take it easy tonight.
Okay,
Big day tomorrow.
all right. Vance, how has Devonshire Cougars prepared for tomorrow's match?
Well, initially after the semifinal, we took a bit of a break, gave the guys a break, couple days, because as you know, during the Christmas period, they have to be with their families and stuff. But we've had 4 good training sessions so far. Just working on basics, working on our game plan, not deviating too much away from this style of play, just brushing up on some areas, and we're ready to go.
When you look at the last time Devonshire Cougars were in a final, I think you were part of the administration at the time. Getting back there to a final and possibly putting your hands on a trophy, what does that mean to you personally?
To me personally, it means that what I came in, how I came into the job. The guys definitely got on board with the philosophies and the ideas that I brought. So what it would mean to me would be success, showing that the information that I've given them has worked. And they say they're taking it on without question. And you're always going to have your naysayers, but the players so far have jumped to what we've done.
And Trishan, for Flanagan's, what would it mean to put your hands on the shield?
It would mean the world because this would be our first piece of silverware, to my knowledge, that the club has won in a long time. Maybe the last one they really lost the FA Cup, but it's a start of a new generation for the Onions.
Okay. And Ray, Devin Colt's name has been on the big shield plaque for a number of times. But like you said at the beginning, you was talking about the youngsters winning a trophy for the first time as seniors. What would it mean for Devonshire Colts itself, the club?
I think it will mean a lot in relation to where we are to rebuild the club. I think we're sending a message that we are heading in the right direction. We're a club that likes to keep Woodford is currently going to first division two. Because it's a small trophy, but we want to get back to the big time. So this is the start. It's a good area for the youngsters to start. To get a taste, we back to appetite to want to push on and reestablish the club where it needs to be, as we, used to be considered a relatively strong team, and used to be successful in Cup one.
I remember having a conversation with you maybe about 3 years ago, and you were talking about the process of getting back to where you guys want to be, obviously in the Premier Division, and you were talking about the problem that Devonshire Colts going to face, and a lot of teams do face it, is that you're so young that you have multiple players going away to school, and your other age group gap is that much bigger. Do you feel the time is right to look for possibly promotion?
Yes, I think the time is right. I think we're, as a club, we're growing administratively, so we're putting a lot of things in place that I think this is the time that the off the field will match the on field. Um, and there's no shame in my game. He learned that it's good to be growing up. It's doing what it is. It was just time to come in. And after tomorrow, Trey Jones will be one of the first league landed that we're looking to tell it's time to come back to this week. So to right over here, say the public can see it, because we think we're in a position now that it's time for people that started the grassroots at coach to come and help strengthen us and take us back, as we are got a lot of things around the team that I feel now is in the right place. And I think people have noticed we're a unit. Looked at how the team problems together, reacts together, and how the club is actually taking care of the players. So I think this is the time here right for us to return. I'm putting a little pressure on them.
Oh, trust me, trust me.
Press conference, man.
Wow.
I started off by saying it's a coach father, right?
Yes. Well, I guess after the game tomorrow, everybody be looking at the handshake.
But the handshake is always it gets spicy, and people don't understand that it's not from Prussian. It's something that I expect. If you played for a club before, I don't expect you to play on. I actually probably expect you to play twice as hard to say, well, I made the right decision, but I knew to be one type thing. But there is definitely no love because that's just a passionate match. And I encourage that. Looking forward to that tomorrow. I'll be quite disappointed if it doesn't bring that passion out personally. But for anybody from the stands looking on, there's definitely not any love noise. That's just the passion that football should bring, and that's what I'm anticipating tomorrow. Because that's how college players are. They play with a lot of passion.
Okay. Well, Trayshawn, I guess you got to whisper something in Mixer. Come. Nick, you're watching. Trayshawn's coming to talk to you about something because the gauntlet has been put down that, it's time to come home. But obviously, Devonshire Colts must be a special place in your heart, Trayshawn, that you started out playing there.
Of course, it's a lot of good memories of playing in the, I guess I use phrase words, the true orange.
Mm.
But yeah, it's a lot of good memories back in the day, back in the old days.
It's not that old.
Just to say.
It's not that old.
But I just felt like I needed to take a step in a different direction just to see, just to experience a different culture, different type of football. And yeah, like you said, anytime I play that football, it lights a fire. And I just don't want to disappoint anybody.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, good luck tomorrow. All three of you. Mr. Brown, good luck in the friendship final.
Thank you.
And to the two teams in orange, may the best orange win. Thank you very much.
I'm good.